Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan with a very husky voice and in a very strange location, but nevertheless I am back with another video for you. Now I have been at EGX and I was lucky enough to be able to get out and see you guys, which is kind of different where I'm always stuck away in the office. But while I was there I was doing PC, like custom PC build workshops, giving people little hints and tips and basically learning the basics how to build PCs, and also overclocking guides. But after that, I've actually had to come into the Asus offices to get hands-on with some boards that are going to be released next month with what we now know as Coffee Lake, or I'm actually allowed to say as Coffee Lake. But anyway, while I was here, these two laptops have come in, and I don't normally get a chance to get my hands on laptops, definitely not for any length of period of time. It's normally something one of my colleagues at the website would normally do, but they're so new that even I wasn't aware that Strix laptops were going to be coming through. And as they were here, I've kind of nabbed them for half an hour so that I can share with you guys. And it literally is just me, sharing that these things are going to be coming through. Now, there's two product numbers, but three different names, strangely, so it's quite confusing. But we've got the GL503 and then the GL503 and the GL703. And the difference is one's 15, or two are 15.6 and one is 17.3 inch. So there are three different models, and you've got the Hero, the Traditional, and then the Scar. Now, I haven't got the Hero, which is the MOBA one, which comes in at the bottom of the range, and that has an i5, and then all of the others have i7s, but the Traditional is the one that I've got here now, and that's $1399. The Hero is $1299, which is the MOBA one, and the Scar, which is the larger one here, and I will show you them as well, is $1599. And yes, I am looking at notes because I've had to write it down because there's too much for me to remember. Now the Hero does come with an i5, but all of the other parts are the same, and they've got 120 Hz G-Sync screens. They've got HDMI 2. These two are both i7s as well. They've all got 1060s in them. Now the Hero, which is the MOBA orientated one, is slightly cheaper because it's only got an i5 in it. All of the rest of them have got i7s. They're all still powered by 1060s. Now, the two 15-inch ones are 2.3 kilograms and they're 2.3 centimeters thick. The 17-inch one, which is a bit bigger, that weighs 2.7 kilograms and it's 2.4 centimeters thick. You can have up to 32 gigabytes of memory in it as well if you want. Now, what they've kind of focused on is they say that they've kept the externals kind of understated, but then focused on the internals. But I actually think they look really nice personally, especially the 17-inch Scar. It's got kind of a carbon effect. Now they won't like me mentioning it, but I own a Dell XPS and it's got a similar kind of touch and feel. Although it's not proper carbon fiber, they've done a very good job of not making it look cheap and fake, to the point where the instant I first saw it, I touched it to try and see if it was real. And I think they've done quite a good job on being able to pull that off. On the Hero and the Traditional, you can see that you've got kind of a dual textured approach going on the actual laptop base where the keys are themselves. And you've got the brushed effect on one side, and then you've got kind of a textured effect on the other side. They've both got fully backlit RGB keys on them, and you can customize what keys you want, what colors, and you can make them rotate and fade, or if you don't like them, you can completely turn them off. You can obviously set them to static colors as well, like if you wanted red or white or anything like that, you've got those kind of options. And then they've also got amplifiers built in for the speakers, which they say can make them up to 200% louder, and that's the Sonic Studio, but with the amplifier built in. And they've also got the Sonic Radar, so that's the type of thing. So when you are gaming, you would be able to work out where your opponents are, because it gives you a much better sound space, and it basically just helps you locate things a lot easier. So there's a lot of stuff going on with these. They've also got some pretty funky buttons up on the top, and you can press the ROG Gaming Center, and you can press that in game as well, and it won't interrupt your game or make it minimize or anything like that, and it gives you a lot of an instant look at your speeds, your temperatures, what your GPU's doing. Now you do need to remember when you're on your desktop, everything goes into kind of a lower power state anyway, but if we were to be benchmarking, they would ramp right up. So with the with the i7s, which are the only ones I've tested, I've not managed to test the i5, they go up to about 3.5 gigahertz at maximum boost, which is, you know, that's a fair amount of grunt when you think about the fact that it's in a laptop. Now, with laptops, when you are gaming, the fans do kick in, but you do get an overboost, so that if you're obviously and you're going to be playing long sessions or on your lap or on your bed or something, you can turn the fans up. Now, I didn't find when I was listening to music while I was doing it, I couldn't hear them at all. But if you were in a very quiet room or people watching the TV or something while you were gaming, they would be able to hear the fans. But that's not anything, you know, specific about these. That's just gaming laptops as a whole. You do get, there are webcams and stuff on them as well. The screens, they're not IPS, but they do look incredibly good. The colors are really rich. The blacks are nice and black. The reds are nice and vibrant. I was quite impressed with the way that those colors did come through. And at the end of the day, when you've got your Strix coloring in the background as well, that's also a really great way to show those off. Now, the idea, what they've done with these, is they are very similar laptops, but then they've made very subtle changes to try and suit them to different users. So for argument's sake, like I said, with the Hero, that's specifically aimed towards MOBA players. So you get 3 very similar laptops with 3 slightly different uses, and you can just choose the one that best suits your needs and your wallet as well, really. Now, don't forget, like I said, I just saw these, so I thought I'd share them, and I would love your feedback, whether you think what you think of these as well. So I look forward to seeing your comments underneath. But for now, this is Tiny Tom Logan, running out of time because I genuinely have to head off home as soon as possible. I was going to say ASAP and it ended up as soon as possible. Anyway, this is me out.